Hey folks, it's Dr. Kaye, and I am the superintendent for Critical Race Theory Summer School 2023. I am so excited to be here with Kimberlé Crenshaw. I am just fangirling at this moment to be in community with you. How are you, Kimberlé?
I'm just great. I'm really excited that we have you as our superintendent. You're bringing everything we need to make summer school a success. And I'm sure people are going to be just so excited every time we start in the morning with summer school. So thank you so much, Superintendent Kaye.
Lifelong dream here. So now let's talk about summer school because we know we start next Sunday on the 30th. And we have a full week or so of activities. Can you tell us first, what is Critical Race Theory Summer School?
Well, Kaye, we started Critical Race Theory Summer School back in the middle of the pandemic. We thought that this was an excellent opportunity to share tools to help people understand some of the aspects of the pandemic, some of the ways that and we called it the twin pandemic. If you remember, there was the COVID pandemic, and there was a pandemic of anti-Black police violence. And we thought that the demand for tools and concepts, ways of linking what people were seeing to the past, ways of thinking about structural racism, that this was exactly the time that we needed to turn our attention to making these ideas available to a broad public audience. And since everybody was already indoors and staring at their computers for hours a day, we said, why not give people something really interesting to stare at and participate in? So we gathered all of our colleagues and friends who were also keen to speak into the moment. And we created summer school. I always, I grew up loving summer school. I love summer camp. I love being able to learn new things and make new friends and do things outside of the usual, kind of fare that we would get either directly in our neighborhoods or actually at school. So we built it off of that model of this is a place where we can have a community. This is a place where we can be exposed to new ideas. This is a place where we can have fun, and we have fun.
I mean, we got stuff going on. We're talking about music. We're talking about a homeroom check-in. We're talking about being involved with people who are thinking deeply about these issues. This is not your usual summer school. This is not punitive. This is actually a time to come together and think about everything from Florida to Trump to anti-Blackness, all the issues that you've been talking about with your friends. Bring them to summer school. We're going to answer the questions that you have. Now, I want to ask about the Powerhouse First Plenary, because that's about banning Black knowledge around the anti-woke assault on freedom dreams. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, Kaye, we were really excited about the first plenary. This is our first in-person and live stream event in summer school. So we're going to be broadcasting live from Martha's Vineyard. And what we're focusing on the very first day is all of the attacks and the assaults on Black studies, on Black history, on Black knowledge, Black ideas, on the Black experience. So we have, as you said, a powerhouse crew to get us started. We've got Dr. Kathy Cohen. Kathy Cohen is a renowned Black feminist, queer theory, intellectual writer, activist. She also happened to be one of what we're calling the banned ones. We're a bunch of scholars who the College Board decided to take out of its advanced placement African American Studies course after Governor Ron DeSantis said that these ideas and these people are unacceptable. So we decided that, well, if we're forbidden, if we're the banned people, we might as well make a band of it. So we banded it together. So she's gonna speak. We have the comedian and film maker C.J. Hunt. He has a wonderful documentary out called Neutral Grounds. And it is about the battle over the Confederate legacy that is embodied in all of these Confederate statues and monuments all over the country. These are statues and monuments that were created that celebrate the Confederacy, celebrate traders, celebrate people who were slaveholders or willing to die for slaveholders. And these monuments went up not during the Civil War, not after the Civil War, but in the early part of the 20th century. What's up with that? So he'll talk to us about how there's a continuous struggle over history, and that's always about contemporary issues. We fight about the past because we're fighting about its meaning today. So he's going to bring that and bring some humor. He's always a lot of fun to have around. And speaking of fun, we've got Tim Wise.
Tim Wise, always fun.
Tim Wise, he corrected me the other day. He is one of the 8 most woke white people, one of the that people want to sit down with. And I accidentally said anti-woke people. So I'm not one of them. Anyway, you'll see why he was given that designation. Tim Wise is a product of the South, understands the mentality, understands whiteness. He will be joining us to talk about what this effort to erase Black knowledge means to white people, why they're trying to do it, and what kind of white people are behind it, and what kind of white people are not behind it. And then last, there's our own Khalil Gibran Muhammad, who is one of the co-organizers of our campaign, Freedom to Learn. He's going to come on and talk about the book that he's in, edited by Robin Kelly, Kianga Taylor, and Colin are just, you know, we love our football player who gave up his career to demand attention to Black Lives Matters, Colin Kaepernick. So that book is called Our History Has Always Been Contraband. So Khalil is going to come on and talk to us about that. So we're really, really excited. If you're going to be on Martha's Vineyard, you got to come to this. It's just going to be incredible. It's at Union Chapel, and everyone else can live stream it. It is our kickoff to summer school.
I love it. Now, folks, let me just let you know, this is our countdown moment. So every day this week, we're going to come back on to what I call the superintendent's backpack preparation, because in order to get ready for summer school, you got to get your backpack. So here's the first thing you need to have in your backpack. You need your registration ticket. You got to go on. You have to register, because to get into summer school, you need a ticket. I think that's the first thing. Let's start with the ticket, Kimberlé. And then this week, we'll tell them other things to put in the backpack to get ready.
Okay, make sure you got your ticket, your pass, your key to get in the classroom, and you can get it by going to www.aapf.org and click on CRT Freedom to Learn Summer School. There you can register. So go register. You can designate what level of registration is appropriate for you. Also, if you need a scholarship, that is the place to say, hey, I want to be there, but hey, I can't pay this. And hey, give me a scholarship. Send it in and we will give you a scholarship. So there's no excuse, no reason not to be there. If you have any interest in what's going down, if you are pissed about attacking Black history and Black studies, if you think that was outrageous to say that enslavement was basically a vocational training school, which is kind of what the Florida standards are basically saying, oh, well, at least we learned a skill. If you are worried about the state of our democracy, if you think that you need help showing other people how to connect the dots between the attack on anti-racism and the attack on our democracy, then this is the place that you need to be. But you got to start with getting your ticket.
With the ticket, that's the registration. Remember, folks, in 25 years, when your children and grandchildren ask you what you did at this moment as the attack was happening, you want to say, I started with critical race theory, summer school 2023, and I kept moving from there. I'm Dr. Kaye, Superintendent Backpack. Thank you so much, Kimberlé Crenshaw.
Thank you, Superintendent Kaye.
And we'll be checking in always, folks. Keep checking back with us. We'll have more information about what to put in your backpack and how you can keep getting registered. And tell your friends, bring a friend or two. They need the knowledge too.